Uh, Proud to announce that the upper level area has also been set up for more of a lounge arena type setup. It also doubles up as what we are calling the Saboa Connect Center, proudly powered by Standard Bank. Give them a round of applause there, people. I must say, Kathy, the team, when we arrived today, and I thought, is this a Standard Bank event? Because all my branding got repositioned and all I saw was Standard Bank. Thanks, Kathy. So this area upstairs will extend tomorrow to the conference as well for those of you that are here, to give you a more private feel and more comfortable exchange area if you want to. So it's another exciting concept we've added to a Saboa event that's different from the past. Smoking areas, if you're like me, and for the next 2 hours I'm taking strain. Smoking areas are not clearly designated, but outside the building in the open area. Then please note that the bar is available at the foyer level. We didn't, again, cater to everyone. There is certainly no blue label, so don't ask, okay? But I think it's generally keeping it light. I think we need to be ethically correct in our message as an industry. Drinking and driving and excessive intake of alcohol, we need to project the right image and the right message out there. So do indulge responsibly. The buffet dinner is set up at the back. It's on both sides. So to facilitate ease when we start with the dinner. Just a slight note that during the segment post meals or main meal and before the dessert, we have a segment that just gives a shout out to all our partners and sponsors. And we've had some requests for people to do a quick promo on their business and entity. Okay. The menus are on the table for you to choose and make decisions in terms of your choices. And yeah, lastly, I hope you all found your tables with ease from our little easel out there that was guiding you. And I must say you are a difficult bunch. I try to mix and match you. Lo and behold, I still get calls at 5 to 5 this afternoon. Can you move me? You know, really. Okay. So it is what it is. Those of you who claimed exclusivity on the table, you have it. Others I've tried, and you will notice I try to create a blend of supply and demand within the industry. So it gives you opportunities to reconnect on that level. That takes care of the housekeeping. You stuck with me for a while, peeps. So let's just warm up to each other. So also let me just right up front as we take this journey together. This is about tradition, a tradition steeped in perhaps a 20, 30-year history. But traditions do evolve, right? And as long as they keep the core message, the core outcomes. Gala dinners, by their very nature, are traditionally held to celebrate, give awards, and make long speeches. Gala dinners also tend to have MCs or comedians facilitate the night, and they tend to become the focal point of the evening. Gala dinners are generally plumped with pomp, 3 or 4 course meals, and lots of elbow exercise with a glass in hand. All of this has been synonymous with Saboa events of the past. Okay, but where? Can anybody remember where? Where was the past? The CSIR. Okay, and fear not. We keep the tradition, but I think we are now transitioning to the future. So this is the beginning of the transition. Goodbye CSIR, welcome modernization, welcome new interactions. And starting by the change of this venue, our event format is also evolving. So traditionally in the past, we had a 2.5 to 3 day event encompassing the dinner and lots of speeches and breakaway sessions. We are being punchy. We are making use of your time properly, and we are maximizing our time together. And that's why the tradition stays, but we are evolving it, okay? And that team will follow through tonight. So Bus and coach industry and allied stakeholders, welcome to the Saboa Dinner 2022. For those of you that do not know me, my name is Basil Govender. I'm your host tonight. I'm your host in the industry generally, and I am the executive manager at Saboa. Thank you for making time tonight. I originally set out a theme tonight to wear many hats. I was literally going to have a series of hats here on the stage and literally change them through the different segments to highlight to you the many interchangeable roles that I personally play within the association, but more importantly, the roles of Saboa. It is just not an association. It is a multifaceted entity that serves many needs and addresses many challenges. So while starting to write up, I looked in the mirror and the man in the mirror said, I'm wearing a big hat. Remember transition. Okay. So the man in the mirror also reminded me that since my baptism of my appointment in 2020 to date, I've also been talking, presenting, interviewing, writing, and literally there came a point where I think right now the industry is just a wee bit all based out. And I thought, well, how do I spruce this up now? Okay, so here goes. Okay, this MC, me, is not, and host is not and shouldn't be the focal point tonight. I want you to be the focal point. This coming together to be the focal point. And being in transport is not unlike being in politics in many respects. You get what you voted for. So how did we get here? Or how did I get here? You, the industry, via your elected structures in Saboa, elected representatives. Those representatives chose me to be the face of the voice of this industry. And wow, have they chose well or what? Ah. Anyways, you are the constituency, okay. But just one note though, transport may be a lot like politics. I'm making it clear right now to my constituency, I will not step aside. I do have a vision for the industry. The vision includes leaving a legacy for all of us, but to get there, I want us to ensure that we keep one part of the tradition strong as we reset the space going forward. That tradition is the one of celebration. Right here, colleagues, tonight is the celebration. We celebrate tonight for a multitude of reasons, some that have been hard, but we must be thankful and we must be mindful. We celebrate as an industry surviving a pandemic and slowly starting to stand back up collectively. We celebrate tonight as individuals who may have suffered loss, pain, and suffering. We celebrate as captains of industry and organizations, each of you steering your buses through the turmoil that is still pretty much playing out in the current economic climate. But now I get to see if you did your homework. We celebrate tonight. Why? What is the tagline? We celebrate bringing the industry together again. Okay. Oh, yeah, I can see those of you that did not pay for the ticket. Didn't do your homework. You don't know what the tagline is. All right, folks, I beg your indulgence at least another 10 minutes or so. We have a pretty tight schedule, so I'm keeping it light, fairly informal, but I also want to ensure that at the end I give acknowledgements all around without any slip-ups. So just some brief info about Saboa. Saboa held elections last year in September to elect a national council and an executive committee, September 21, and that term of office for the members elected stretches for 4 years to 2025. I'm proud to say not only did we make significant strides towards transformation within that council and executive committee, we managed to achieve some generational, demographic, gender balance going forward. So I think it's the correct step as an industry that we are representative of everybody in the industry. And through that process, we elected new executive leaders. That saw Mr. Terry Murrigan, South Coast Bus Services, being elected as president of Saboa. And the deputy president elected was Ms. Imogene Mwango from GWIT, and she's present here tonight, our deputy president. A round of applause for Ms. Mwango, please. Thanks. So the week's been pretty challenging. A lot of people are man down, and the same goes for our president, Mr. Terry Murrigan. He cannot be with us tonight, but he has delivered a message for me to read out to you. So not long to go till the Charles. So here we go. President's address to guests at the Saboa Gala dinner, Wednesday 8th. Well, he's thanking me, so I think I'll take that offline. Thank you, Mr. Governor, our host this evening. To all our members of Saboa Exco, the council, the PEC, the secretariat, and fellow bus operators, Saboa associate members, our various partners, sponsors, and attendees, and the industry at large, to our various sponsors for this evening and the conference tomorrow, and to you, our invited guests. A very good evening to you all. I take great pleasure in welcoming you back to this once sought after event on the Saboa calendar. Please accept my sincerest apologies for not being in attendance this evening as I am unwell. Colleagues, I'm sure that every one of us has been affected by COVID in some way or the other. In addition, others had to endure unrest, flooding, more flooding, and some are facing day zero. The list goes on. There's so much happening around us without even mentioning the challenges in the bus industry. We could complain the entire night and tomorrow. However, as Saboa, we have chosen not only to complain, but to act on those complaints, to be proactive, to engage, and find workable solutions for our ever-changing industry. By the way, I said to him, the brief is a 2-minute speech, and I've ended up with 5 pages. That's a president for you, right? Tonight's gala dinner and conference is part of this endeavor to engage in discussions, explore suggestions, and find solutions, hence the theme of bringing the industry together again. It is impossible to achieve this without these kinds of platforms through which we can come together. It's no secret that previous gala dinners were fun-filled evenings, especially when you hear tales from those strong enough to get up the following morning for day 2 of the conference. Special shout out to Ray Kashagan for the day after. Ray's been a doyen in the industry, but he somehow survives more than all the young lighties around him. There are many interesting and funny stories to be told by the seasoned attendees, especially from the ever so young Mr. Bus. Every attempt was made to make tonight a pleasant and enjoyable evening. Please take full advantage of the opportunity to mingle and rekindle old and new friendships. The conference tomorrow will allow you to hear from and engage with the industry expert on various topics. I humbly appeal to every one of you attending the conference tomorrow to own it with meaningful discussions and open, robust debate. You are also experts in your businesses. After all, who knows your business better than you? So in our quest to find new solutions to address our challenges or burning issues, allow your great minds to engage and challenge each other. The success on the conference depends largely on your commitment and contribution to the topics under discussion. Whilst the busy day awaits tomorrow, tonight is about letting your hair down, if you still have any, and enjoying good company, good wine, I hope it is, good food, and more importantly, networking. Colleagues, for Saboa to weather these unprecedented times, the leadership at all levels, together with our efficient secretariat, led by the man speaking to you from Chatsworth, don't know. I hail from Chatsworth and Durban, so you had to throw that in. Okay. Are committed to taking Saboa forward in making it the powerhouse and relevant association that meets the demands of our changing industry. We cannot change or undo the rich and colorful past history of Saboa, but we can all make a difference today and in the future. And in saying so, Saboa remains committed to adapting, embracing change whilst leading the way in building and championing transformation in the bus industry. In spite of all our challenges and hurdles, we must remain steadfast in our commitment and perseverance. The leadership cannot do this alone. Members, associates, suppliers, and the industry networked together for the betterment of our industry. The bringing together of the industry's role players to the dinner and conference facilitates Saboa's first step forward in this journey. I'm confident that with your continued support, commitment, we will be able to host a larger gala dinner and conference in the next year. Have you heard that? Mrs. Michael Den and Michael Johannes, a bigger and brighter one next year. So have a great evening and best wishes for the conference. I thank you. President of Saboa, Terry Morrigan. All right, just a little secret. I've got my phone on and I see I'm trending. Can you please stop that? All right, I'm about getting things done. So whilst I attend to halting this Twitter trend, remember Mr. Fixit and I in the same WhatsApp group, so I can't overtake him. And I cannot trend more than him. I think this is the point where you can all now chill and avoid my voice for a bit. We'll let you get your dinner and settle in. And I have the time at 18:35, which I took you slightly past the mark. So we're pegged for a comeback at 19:15, but if you're good, I'll monitor the track and flow. Welcome again, everybody. Have fun, and I'll be with you in a bit. Howdy, folks. Howdy, folks. I erred a bit. So just a special announcement whilst you're lining up. You will find a box going around. So courtesy of Aon and CTU, there's a box going around for the collection of business cards, and there's a fabulous gift on offer from a random draw of a business card. And what I meant to tell you right at the beginning, stay attentive and listen to everything I say, because I've got two fabulous giveaways as well, and one of it's going to center around how much you listen to me. But my apologies, Oscar, but I think you can put that in motion with your box and track it from there. Thanks. Good evening again, folks. Good evening. Time for you to switch your attention to moi. I trust everybody has had a meal and I trust you enjoyed it. So on a backward count, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, you may fall asleep. That didn't work. That didn't work. Okay, welcome back, folks. As I said, a tight program, and plenty of you indicated that you want to be out by 2030. I'm not sure why, but we'll get you out. So I trust you enjoyed that meal. and hope you did some good catching up, at least from a reconnecting point of view. And I'm bringing you back to where I started. Remember, it's about resetting the base, enjoying tonight with a view to reconnecting. But just walking around, I can tell you, Precious, my diary looks like it's going to be overflowing. Talk about a man in demand. Just a cautionary, as I speak now, there'll be some activity around you, so apologies for that, because the table will be turned down and reset for the dessert menu, which I hope you will enjoy. So the dessert menu offering to come up. But whilst that happens, we're going to allow some of our partners to have their say, come up here and give us all snapshots of the business as it stands, what they're thinking about. And once we line them up, they know who they are, but I'll call you up one at a time. Just a request from my side. This has been a long time coming. 3 years is a long time. So take lots of photos, please. Share them on the socials at Saboa Official. Now you can officially make me trend. You have my permission. Both Facebook and Twitter at Saboa Official and the LinkedIn. And let's get, not me, let's get us, this industry trending again for the right reasons. Also, please take those photos and send us via email, or when you get back to the office, drop us a link so that we can pull them all down. We're preparing a special edition on the dinner and the conference, and we'll package the photos. And for a fistful of dollars, I'd be able to make yours the priority photo. So talk nicely. We had an undercover photographer named Precious Selby, but somehow she lost the camera. Okay. So right, there we are. Now, so over to our sponsor and partner segment. This is a chance. And okay, if there's a last minute request, anybody that wants to, it's impromptu. If you can do better than me, I'll let you do the rest of the evening. Right now, I've got 4 requests. Well, one was under duress as per table 3, but they've aligned themselves up and agreed. So first up, Shell. This is in no particular order because the speaking notes are typed that way. So Shell, Nicole, you may step forward. Harry, will you?
Okay, good evening, everybody. I'm Nicole Robinson. I'm head of Shell Fleet Solutions in South Africa. On behalf of Shell Fleet Solutions, I'd like to highlight our support and commitment to the bus and coach industry, which has paved the way of solidifying a partnership with Saboa. With over 60 years in the industry and serving more than 2 million business customers daily, we are the #1 fleet solutions provider globally. We have one of the largest platforms in business mobility with more than 250 million transactions per year. And we are the only energy company to offer a truly rewarding fleet card. Shell Fleet Solutions has more than 8 million active cards being accepted in around 47 markets. And our customers can be served through partner networks in many parts of the world. In South Africa, we serve more than 120 customers directly via our direct card, and we have partnerships with some of the largest resellers in the country. We currently have more than 50,000 Shell cards in South Africa. In particular, we believe that our local Shell Fleet Card offering and differentiated customer value propositions can effectively support the bus and coach segments with our on-road and home-based solutions. Based on our own and industry research and in close collaboration with customers, we've built a mobility solution designed to make managing a modern fleet more straightforward. Our end-to-end solutions go beyond fuel and provide end-to-end digital solutions, which bring every element of fleet management under one roof to make operations simpler, smarter, and more sustainable. As you know, the world today is dynamic and fast changing, and for many, energy is a defining feature. Lives and livelihoods, customers and communities depend on convenience, reliable, and affordable energy to thrive. As the global population increases and income rises, demand for energy will grow. Meanwhile, the need to address stresses on the environment, especially climate change, has never been more important. In an effort to address this pressing need, Shell has committed to achieving net zero by 2050. To achieve this target, we will partner with all stakeholders to support a reduction in greenhouse gases for Shell and our customers. At Shell, our leaders are fully committed to the energy transition. And to this, I'd like to share a quote from our Senior Vice President of Shell Fleet Solutions, Giorgio Dal Piano. Decarbonizing business mobility is a huge challenge, and our task at Shell Fleet Solutions is to help our business mobility customers to accelerate their plans to reach net zero emissions. We are convinced that by supporting our customers in being more efficient and more sustainable, we will make them more successful. End quote. So, and in closing, I just want to thank you all for the opportunity to address you today. My team and I are at table number 15, and we are available to chat if you have any more questions around our solutions. Thank you.
Thank you, Nicole. Thanks to Shell, and looking forward to exciting developments. I think you heard their commitment to net zero in 2050. I think everybody in the room has a role to play in that regard. Next up is Kuba Pay. I won't steal the thunder. Ms. Nazipa will tell us about Kuba Pay and the exciting things unfolding there. Welcome. Watch this.
Good evening, everyone. My name is Nosipo Pambuga. I'm the country manager of Kuba. Thank you very much for the opportunity to come and give a brief introduction of who Kuba is. We are a transport ticketing company. We make ticketing easy. We envisage to make the buying of a ticket for transit to be as easy as buying a cup of coffee. We actually feel that in this environment that's challenging with the economy, that it is important that we collect all the money, all the revenue, and this is collected through ticketing. And therefore, if we take the burden of ticketing out of the operator and make it simpler, efficient, this actually allows the operator to be able to optimize. We are a BEE level 2 company. We are striving to go to be BEE level 1 in our next auditing phase. We actually look at ourselves as a company that has an ear on the ground and is able to listen to the needs of customers and be able to innovate to come up with solutions in ticketing and that allow for an efficient running of transport. Thank you very much.
Thank you, Nozipo. Thank you, Kuba Pay, a long-standing allied member of PATCO. Wishing you well. We know the challenges in the sector, the uncertainty, but you guys are standing fast. So all the best going forward. Next up, one of our newer partners, but through COVID, stepped up and decided to take the plunge and join Saboa and get entangled in the industry. CTU, and Oscar Shabalala will address you.
Thank you very much, Program Director, Mr. Basil Govender. Ladies and gentlemen, allow me to acknowledge the Saboa leadership, the PEC, the various delegates, the corporate community, members of government, ladies and gentlemen, all protocol observed. Ladies and gentlemen, my name is Oscar Shabalala. I'm the Business Development Head at Clarendon Transport Underwriters, commonly known as CTU. CTU has been around for over 31 years, specializing in providing insurance for passenger commuting, for vehicles that are commuting passengers. This includes, but not limited to, buses, taxis, tour buses, staff shuttles, and we also are involved in the e-hailing business. I have to highlight that our underwriter is Hollard Insurance, who's also the second biggest short-term insurer in the country, and they are also a shareholder in our business. Our bus insurance cover, which is specific to this particular market, not only protects your bus, but it also protects the passenger as well as the driver. I also have to mention that our newly revamped bus offer comes standard with a free fleet management system, and this was specifically designed to assist operators to manage their fleets better. As a partner in the bus space, ladies and gentlemen, I have to highlight two projects that CTU is currently involved in that are aimed at the development and progression of this industry. One of the programs that we've partnered with the likes of Saboa in is a program that is aimed at training 28 female bus drivers. This, thank you. This was with the view of addressing the underrepresentation of our very capable ladies in the bus space. And as a responsible and a humble corporate, this is one of the projects that we are passionate about to advance transformation and equality in the bus environment. The second project that we are currently busy with, and it's something that we have rolled out and we've been involved with over the last 4 years in the taxi environment, which is where we play a huge role, is the Best Driver of the Year competition. We would like to introduce a similar project in the bus space in collaboration with Saboa. I must submit that that is still at its infancy, and we are having intense debates with the relevant stakeholders to make sure that we recognize and appreciate our drivers who are the face of the industry. Ladies and gentlemen, finally, I'd like to thank Mr. Basil Govender, Rika, as well as Precious, the various sponsors who've made this evening possible. I think we all appreciate that we needed an opportunity and a platform like this following a lockdown, a hard lockdown where we could not engage and interact, to obviously enable much needed interaction and conversation. Ladies and gentlemen, thank you. May you enjoy the rest of the evening.
Thank you, Oscar. And to the CTU team, we look forward to some exemplary feedback on that project for development of women drivers. It's something that's also a major Achilles heel in the industry, gender parity. This is as male as you're going to get because the future is female. So let's make that happen. Thanks, CTU. If there is another partner sponsor that wants to come up, just please give me a shout out whilst I invite to the stage Standard Bank. And really, Standard Bank's been a long-standing, as old as Saboa partner. So joined at the hip we are with Standard Bank and tremendous inroads. So let's hear from Standard Bank and how they see us taking the next step.
Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. Thank you, Terry, for the opportunity. Firstly, I must say that it's very encouraging to see a lot of women in an industry that is known to be male-dominated. So definitely, Terry, the future is female. So my name is Nelly Sue Baloy. I am a custodian of a portfolio within Group Vehicle and Asset Finance in Standard Bank. I look after commercial asset finance, which finances these buses. We actually are the market leader in commercial asset finance. So we finance all these buses. It is really, really a privilege to be part of this organization. So Saboa is very close to us. We have one of our custodians who looks after this relationship, Kathy Bell, who is very passionate about this industry, transport industry as a whole. And it talks to Standard Bank empowering women to lead in territories that are seen as male-dominated, because the organization is very transformational. In fact, we pride ourselves by saying, Africa is our home, we drive her growth. And this really talks to the big geographic representation into the continent from a Standard Bank perspective, because we take Africa very seriously. So today, it is truly an honor and a privilege to be part of this event. And yes, I like bringing the industry together again. My husband is in the bus industry, and we've seen the impact of COVID on the industry. So we hope we can bring this industry back, because it is really an important industry in our South African democracy. So thank you very much for the opportunity, and we'll continue to partner with Saboa. This is a very important relationship for us from a Standard Bank perspective. And we do finance. So if you're looking for finance, we are definitely open for business. And we offer a overall end-to-end solution, including insurance and everything that you can think of. We also support women drivers. In fact, we support a CTA driven by Nikki, and most of you would know. So we do have female drivers. So if you're looking for opportunities, we're happy to partner with you so that we can give you access to CTA and the female drivers. So thank you for the opportunity. Thanks, Terry.
Thank you, Standard Bank. And really, truly, that's a demonstration of pure partnership. I did not get a shout out from one of our other integral partners that I draw on from regularly. It's a combination of a partnership, so to speak. But Steve is feeling a bit shy, I can see that. And he's already starting to blush, sitting next to the boss. But I'll do it on your behalf. Inverse Services and Ability have also forged a serious partnership for the long road with Saboa. Various intricacies in the risk sector and the insurance sector that we are toying around with. But I think you get a sense, irrespective of your niche market or the market segment that you're serving, there are interconnectedness opportunities that exist. And I'll touch that a little bit when we're done with the last segment of the partner, because that's where I get to really cuck you out, because you are not stepping up. Not just, I'm not saying anywhere, but the industry in terms of membership and associate. But we've had a last minute request. Aon would like to say something. So You can come through, Paul.
Sure. How do you stand up here with this light on you all the time? Feels like I'm about to get interrogated by my wife. Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. I hope you're all having a wonderful evening. I'm Paul Hughes. I'm from Aon. Obviously, I think most of you know what Aon does, but I think if the COVID-19 pandemic has taught us anything, it's that being better informed can help us navigate the new risk landscape and emerging challenges, allowing us to make better decisions to protect our lives and livelihoods. Whether it seems big or small, the decisions you make can have a profound impact on your future. And that's where Aon comes in. We exist to shape better decisions for the better, to protect and enrich the lives of people around the world. We give you the clarity and confidence to make better decisions both now and in the future. Aon has, for over 25 years, been a member and sponsor of Saboa and has offering comprehensive insurance through broking solutions for bus, truck, and motor fleet. Our clients are underwritten by reputable insurers, and our specialist insights into the world of insurance and the risks faced by transport operators make your lives much easier. At Aon, we partner with our clients to help shape business decisions for the better. Our advanced analytics, advice, and solutions give our clients the clarity and confidence to make better decisions and protect and grow their businesses into the future. If anyone would like to get in contact with us, you can find us on our website, or we're sitting at table 10. If you have any questions, give us a shout and we're around. Best of luck, and I hope everything gets better for all of you.
Thanks, Paul. Another request that's just popped up. This is a good one, I think. But I've said to him, this is how you do your marketing in 2 minutes flat, starting the clock. Next up is an entity called Safety Punch, and you're about to get a knockout punch. Hein van Spandau represents them. This is crucial to the industry. They've been kind of battling to get the understanding around it, but give Hein a gap and he'll do his best to give us a 2-minute power talk. 100%. Welcome.
Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. A quick thank you to Saboa for getting us in here. We are represented in most of the world. We are a South African invention, a South African product, 100% South African. We are in every single London bus. We are the rule rather than the exception in all Scandinavian countries, Sweden, Norway, Finland, Denmark, very high on safety. Yet in South Africa, we battle to get in. And this is really about people's lives. And what's become specifically highlighted at the moment is a bus burns at the back with a diesel engine. People get out easily in the front. Now with the electric buses, with the electric on top and the bottom, the bus has exploded. Don't know whether most of you have seen the bus in France, in Paris, that exploded. It's a nightmare. So what we do, the only ones that have a stand here this evening, thanks to Basil for pulling us in, it's right outside the door. And we please invite you for tomorrow to visit us. Pia at the back is going to represent us there. And if you want to know about safety and you want to know about how to secure your customers that take the buses, try and take a hammer and break a window. It's a nightmare. It really is. So I challenge you all to break a window with a hammer and then go and have a chat tomorrow and see how you go. Thank you very much for the opportunity. And thanks to Saboa, and we're looking forward to a future partnership. Thank you.
Okay, center stage again for more. All right, colleagues. Albert ride has been a pleasant one so far, but I think it's time to just take a moment to highlight the challenges within the industry, because that's really where we're at. You know, everything can be smooth only for certain times. So tomorrow's conference highlights just about all the major current challenges that are at play in the industry. But I thought it pertinent tonight, ahead of tomorrow. Tomorrow we're going to hear lots of speeches, lots of proposed solutions, lots of problems. What are we going to do? But I couldn't just give you a gala dinner and not challenge you a little bit. So this is where it comes in. I challenge you as individuals and the collective tonight for some self-reflection. And the reason I say that is right here, right now, the collective has the wisdom, it has the knowledge, it has the experience, the competence, but it's lacking the connectivity to start taking positive steps forward. And I think we need to do some self-reflection in that regard. Together we are stronger, individual we are as strong as we can be, but I implore the industry, and especially if you have to sit in the same room as your competitor, does not make you weaker. It makes us stronger. I'd like you to take that approach going forward because it's important for the industry. And as a form of criticism, this industry is very often its worst own enemy. When I assumed the mantle, the first question I asked was, give me the data for me to review, make some decisions, and challenge people. What data, they asked. What is data? Okay, that answers the question. So in line with the question, and here are some key rhetorical issues to reflect on as we progress from this coming together and hitting the reset button towards maybe a better future, a stronger future, and a more sustainable future. So these questions. The country is grappling with solutions for sustainable transport, public transport. We have a role to play in being part of the solution, but we are often finding ourselves painted as the problem. Why? We simply cannot get to a point of building a solid data set that we, you can speak with integrity for the industry. Why? We do not have supported and shared research and survey of independence and involvement of academia across the country with some form of lack of protectionism of data. Again, why? And we simply cannot, as an industry, match ideological differences towards commonalities for the bigger macro objectives of the country. Why? The answer, my friends, is not blowing in the wind. The answers reside in this room. And that self-reflection is what I call on you to make, to work together, to get your independent agendas across, but to tighten the macro vision towards a solution. All right, after that sobering moment of reflection, how's that for a takedown, eh? We're not far from wrapping up tonight, folks. And for that to happen, we must certainly give praise and thanks. Now, had I gone with my theme that I proposed until the man in the mirror told me otherwise, I might have been now wearing a parish hat and delivering a sermon. But right, first up, thanks to all of you. That's every single one of you here present tonight. Bringing the industry together again. This is what it's about, but without you, it's not possible. And then in no particular order, but just playing it out from my experience of the week and the interconnectedness with all of us and within Saboa, to the Meze Frankfurt team, Michael J, Michael D, Thanks for allowing us to build back up. I think your brand and your reputational positioning gave us that opportunity to make a decision, to get involved. And boy, are we glad, because this is what it produced. And we look forward to building better next year. So thank you. And specific mention to Tracy. I think she's an asset in your team. Tracy's resolve to take this to the finish line was unrelenting. She almost became a Saboa employee, just about. And it was amazing. I walked into the Meze Frankfurt office. Is that Basil? Is that Basil? But it shows what partnerships can achieve. We haven't quite hit it in full steam, but I think we did great. So thank you all around there, and we've learned a lot. The events catering team, Malcolm, thank you so much. I think I haven't heard a word out of sequence. If you're around, Malcolm and the team, thank you for putting all this together tonight, and the decor and the food and the dessert, and putting up with our chopping and changing a million times, but blame it on this crowd. Malcolm. Harry Van Eestian and the Transport Forum team. Harry does wonderful work. If you don't know who Harry is, hit thetransportforum.com and check it out. He's got more information on transport than the entire government departments, national, municipal, and local put together. Okay. For brand positioning and awareness as well, Harry's platform is great. He's a super partner to Saboa, and he's the one who made me famous on YouTube. Thanks, Harry. All our valued sponsors, partners, every single table here tonight, every one of you here tonight. Thanks is never enough, but let's make sure that this is the building block, because the returns could be immeasurable for the country, for you as entities and as individuals. I mean, everybody wants to be part of a legacy that's left behind. So let's start building it tonight, and let's start working hard towards a common resolve whilst meeting your objectives. My commitment to you from the Saboa team is, you tell us what you want in return for this partnership, and we'll endeavor to meet it and also pass it. The challenge is out to you. Just one request though. Please, when we do this again, not if, when we do this again, make your minds up a lot quicker. Damn, Jesus. This good art of mine has been pushed to the limit and tested. And some totally unwarranted 3 a.m. reshuffles that make the Huskies at home nervous. And when the Huskies at home get nervous, Madam Ruby gets nervous. And yeah, we can't have that. Yeah. So, and nor do my very hardworking team. I mean, they worked unflappably, but you know, they pulled it together. But the number of calls that they took within minutes of each other. Sorry, take him, put him out. Can you head on? Did you get my payment? Sorry, the payment didn't go through. I mean, really? Okay. That's part of the challenge though. We love it. We'll do it, but make your minds up a lot sooner, but you will get much better advance next year. So to my team who did that hard work all around, fabulous job pulling this off in such a short window that we had. Well done, Rika. Well done, Precious. You made me look good. And then in this week's run-up, we had some special support in the form of Sis Witness. Thank you, Witness, and Norma, who came in and did all the stuff other people don't want to do. Cutting up stuff and labeling and numbering. Thank you very much. Thank you very much. Okay, but sincerely from Saboa's point of view to all of you, thank you for making this successful. I'm just about to wrap up and give you a chance to connect even further, but I've been told every MC needs to have a good parting shot. So here goes. As I said early on, being in politics, being in transport is a lot like being in politics in many ways. The hours are long, uncertain, The job places enormous pressure on families and in particular on partners, wives, husbands, colleagues, and teams. And many of us here tonight will have a better half and a support structure that we can rely on and draw on for whatever the life situation might bring at this moment in time or through our careers. Now, here's the analogy. For those of you that watch English football, you will know that certain managers have gotten certain labels and become known not by their names, but certain adages attached to them. And either the fans or the media tag them as such. So you've had the special one, you've had the gifted one, you've had the chosen one, and the normal one. My better half is all of that. And Ruby is the only one, for the record. And so having said that, my board and lodge is paid for another year. I learned something tonight. I could maybe moonlight as a makeshift commission, very poor one. A guest speaker, maybe. A spin doctor, definitely. But I choose not to. I want to be the face to the voice of the industry. Help me ensure that your voice reaches the right places and Saboa will deliver. Travel safe, everybody. See you online or in person tomorrow at the conference and have a super night. Peace out.
MCB would like to have a few words, please. We just came out here. If you can have a few words, please.
I'm not done yet. That was the formalities, but whilst you interact, you had that box going around for the business cards. So any auditors in the house? So we're going to do a lucky draw. So make sure your business cards are in. And I've had a special request. We have an international guest who arrived late. One of my partners has requested indulgence. He missed the partner segment slot. So it's not to do with the MC or the host. Lekwa, MCV, you wanted 2 minutes? Welcome, Lekwa.
Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. I would like to say thank you for all for attending today's gathering. It's encouraging to see everyone coming out tonight, and given the past couple of years that have been so hectic for everyone, I'd like to say to everyone that, you know, to make it through this, we had to band together, and I think that's the attitude that we need to adopt going forward, that we continue to trade immaterial of circumstance. That, you know, I think a lot of these activities that are happening in the market right now are usually based on market perception of, you know, the way we were to go forward. And I'd like to say to everyone that we maintain a positive outlook in business, and we continue to strive to make growth and headway. There's a lot of cry and complain on support from government and everything, but I think it takes individuals and participants in the industry to see us successful once more, whatever the new normal is. And I would like to say to Ms. Kathy Bell, please continue to support us in business and let us continue to issue out finance. And thank you for everyone for attending. Enjoy.
Okay, time for some giveaways. As indicated early on, CTU sent around a box and said, throw in your business card or contact details. So Oscar will come up on stage, and these things tend to get a little bit finicky. So hence I asked any auditor and they ask, come through, Oscar, and do your thing. So, no, so, okay, so from the business cards that are there, we'll now make a draw just, but if you just wanted to explain what is the lucky person going to get?
All right. The lucky person is going to get a baby bar in a form of a jerry can, as well as a cooler box and a nice picnic blanket.
A mini bar promoting all the wrong objectives. So I just want to make sure, that everybody gets a fair chance, like they do at the World Cup draw. Reminiscent 2010 memories, anybody? Okay, there we go.
Wow, exciting. Sister. The winner of the lucky draw is Sister. Is it Bongi?
Bonga and Ngube, Crown Lubricants.
Yes.
Have we got an undercover? This draw is rigged.
No,
This draw
no,
is rigged.
actually it's Slater Bonga Ngube. He's not here.
So you just.
Oh,
Okay.
That's why it's important to have an auditor. Take two. Ha.
which one is this? Or is this is the right one?
No.
This one. Okay, and the winner is Lizel Jube.
Lizal Jube, Patka. Well done, Lizal. Catherine, are you going to get some photos on that?
Oh, it's quite heavy.
This one. No, let him. No, let the people see it.
Yeah.
I'll hold it with you. So those of you wondering what Lizal has just won, we've just added another alcoholic to the system, courtesy of this mini bar.
What is that?
If somebody told me that CTU was going to bring the taxi tendencies to the bus, I would have had another. I mean, a jerry can doubling up as a bar. Huh? How's that? Okay, folks, again, now we'll get Rika and Precious up here. They need to have their time in the limelight for the Saboa draw for 2 gifts. These gifts come courtesy of our good friend, Mr. Eugene Herbert at Master Drive and his team. We are collaborating as well with some very exciting things in incubation at this point, but watch the space in the new year. A lot of collaborative efforts with Master Drive to hit the ground. So what we're going to be offering, thank you. We have 2 driver training vouchers that give you a defensive driver training course code B. And the value of that is just short of 2,000 Rand each. Okay, so 2 up for grabs, and I'm the auditor. So what we've done is in the administrative process that they managed back office is as people booked and tables were booked, there was a number to a name. No science behind it, but just running down that list. And so we have 150 names in here. We're just going to randomly draw. Rika, you first. How's that? I'm told there's 150 names, but number 151 comes up. So much for auditing. Never a dull moment in public transport, right? And that prize goes to Ms. Yolo Dlomo, Nombewu coaches. Yola auditor. Take your photo with her. Okay, last one to go. One more of those defensive driving vouchers. Precious, your turn. Number 52, not lucky, not 152, 52. Let me just go through the list. Drum roll, suspense music. That cannot be. This draw is definitely rigged. How can Master Drive win their own prize? You guys are making me look bad. Another one. Julian Gerson, sorry, you don't qualify. You're part of the entity that provided. All right, another draw. Another number. Here. That's end of season suspense for you. 133. And the Oscar goes to yeah, that would do. I'm never going to live this down. Are there 2 Steve Corneliuses in the house? And the Oscar goes to Steve, aka Rockstar. You can award it to Steve. Man. Having just come from Dowstrom and managing that potholes, that defensive driving is going to come in handy. Folks, that's my cue. It has been wonderful being here in front of you, engaging with you and hosting you. I look forward to meeting with you individually and as a collective. The rest of the evening is yours to interact. God bless and be safe. Take care. From Saboa.